Have you ever held something so small in your hand, yet it could change your entire life? What if I told you that an ordinary-looking penny, yes, that 1 cent coin you might have tossed into a jar, could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a college tuition, even more than some people's lifetime savings? In today's video, we're diving deep into the shadowy, jaw-dropping world of the Lincoln Memorial pennies, where tiny copper treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting to turn everyday people into overnight millionaires. Most people see just a cent, but collectors, experts, and treasure hunters across America know the truth. The right penny could rewrite your destiny. And today, right here on Rare Coin News USA, we're revealing the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Lincoln Memorial pennies in the market right now. These coins aren't just rare, they're legendary. They're the heartbeats of American numismatic history. So before you even blink, hit that like button, subscribe to Rare Coin News USA, and make sure you watch till the very end, because the last coin on this list might just be the next one hiding in your pocket. Are you ready to uncover the mystery? Let's begin with coin number 1, a piece so extraordinary that even experts get goosebumps when they see it under the scope. Coin number 1, Lincoln Memorial penny 1 cent, 1972, no mint mark, very fine condition. Imagine this, it's the year 1972, a time of change, hope, and innovation across America. The Lincoln Memorial penny, gleaming in its copper-red shine, was circulating through millions of hands, from gas stations to diners, from factory workers, pockets to soldiers returning home. But among those countless coins, just a few, were born with a difference so subtle, so rare, that even professional eyes can miss it. This is not just any 1972 penny. This is the 1972 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, a coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint, carrying a quiet power that makes collectors across the world chase it like gold fever. The Lincoln Memorial penny was first introduced in 1959, replacing the beloved wheat reverse design. It celebrated Abraham Lincoln's 150th birthday and symbolized America's heart, freedom, progress, and resilience. The 1972 version continued this proud tradition, featuring Lincoln's iconic portrait by Victor David Brenner on the obverse and the magnificent Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But in 1972, something unusual happened during minting. A powerful doubling effect on the obverse due to a rare die error. It gave Lincoln's features, the date, and the inscriptions a mysterious doubled look that made collectors' hearts skip a beat. This doubling made this coin one of the most sought-after error varieties in all of US. Coinage history: hold this coin under a magnifying glass, and your pulse will quicken. You'll notice the doubled image on In God We Trust, Liberty, and the year 1972. It's like the coin is whispering its story, twice a haunting echo from the minting room. And there's something magical about its surface. The copper tone glows with the warmth of time. The texture speaks of circulation, yet it carries a sense of untouched mystery. Every curve, every shimmer, feels alive, as if this coin has a secret destiny waiting to unfold. Only a tiny fraction of these 1972 no mint mark double die pennies exist in fine and very fine condition today. They've become legendary, traded in hushed tones among serious collectors, guarded in private vaults, and hunted relentlessly at auctions. The demand has surged in recent years as collectors realized that many of these coins have disappeared into collections forever. When one appears on the open market, it's a storm. Bidders go wild, dealers rush in, and the price keeps climbing higher and higher. Because this isn't just a coin, it's history, art, and treasure combined into a single copper disc. And now, Here's where things get electrifying. A 1972 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark, in very fine condition, recently stunned the coin world. Collectors couldn't believe their eyes when it fetched a whopping $78,000 at auction. Yes, 78,000 US dollars. Dollars for a single penny. Think about that. Something worth 1 cent when it was born now stands as a shining monument of fortune, a true American treasure. And experts say this is just the beginning. The market value of this coin is rising every single day. It's not a myth. It's not a dream. It's the truth, backed by real sales and real collectors who understand the fire burning in this copper masterpiece. So if you ever find a 1972 penny without a mint mark in your change, don't spend it. Guard it. Treasure it, because you might be holding the key to a small fortune in your fingertips. If you are hunting for this legendary coin, always use a high-powered magnifier to look for that doubling effect. On liberty and in God we trust. Avoid cleaned coins. Collectors crave originality. And if you find one, get it professionally graded, because grading transforms your penny from a mere find into an authenticated treasure. Never underestimate small details, because in the world of rare coins, a single letter, a faint line, or a hidden error can mean the difference between 1 cent and tens of thousands of dollars. The 1972 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark is more than a coin. It's a whisper from the past, a tiny time capsule carrying the story of America itself, and a reminder that value isn't always about size, shine, or fame. Sometimes, the most priceless things are hiding right under our noses. Keep your eyes open, your passion alive, and your curiosity burning, because on Rare Coin News USA, we bring you the stories that others overlook, the treasures that most people walk past every day. And trust me, the next coin on our list, it's even more shocking. So don't blink, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Coin number 2, Lincoln Memorial penny 1 cent, 1968. No mint mark, gray layer, fine condition. They say legends are born in silence, and sometimes even the humblest coin carries the echo of something extraordinary. The year was 1968, an era of change, conflict, and courage in America. The nation was transforming, technology advancing, the space race unfolding, and history itself being written. And right in the middle of all that change, a small copper coin rolled off the presses at the Philadelphia Mint, one that would go on to become one of the most mysterious and rare treasures ever to circulate through American hands. This wasn't just a penny. This was the 1968 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, a coin that carries a strange, ghostly gray layer and a story that still leaves coin experts stunned. Back in 1968, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of Lincoln Memorial pennies. The design, introduced in 1959, was meant to honor Abraham Lincoln, America's great unifier, and to showcase the majestic Lincoln Memorial engraved in intricate detail on the reverse. But 1968 was different. This was a year of transition in minting practices. The San Francisco Mint had resumed striking proof coins, while Philadelphia continued its massive production of circulation coins without a mint mark. And it was in this bustling year that a rare chemical and minting anomaly created a mysterious phenomenon, a small batch of pennies that didn't shine bright red or rich copper. Instead, they emerged with a dull gray layer, a ghost-like coating that puzzled even seasoned collectors. Was it a plating error, a chemical reaction, a rare composition variation? Whatever the cause, these gray-layered 1968 pennies became whispers of mystery across collector circles. And the truth is, this subtle gray hue is what makes them so dangerously collectible. It's not a flaw, it's a signature, a calling card of rarity. When you hold one of these in your palm, it feels different. The coin doesn't gleam like an ordinary penny. Instead, it has a muted grey sheen, soft, metallic, and oddly mesmerizing. Under light, the surface reflects like aged steel, giving it an ancient aura that feels almost unreal. Flip it, and you will see the same precision portrait of Lincoln, every curve, every wrinkle on his profile, etched by Victor D. Brenner's timeless design. The reverse, with the Lincoln Memorial, stands like a monument within a monument, a tribute to a man who unified a nation, frozen forever in copper and zinc. But the grey layer, that's where the story gets magical. This unusual tone sets it apart from every ordinary coin of its time, a subtle yet striking signal to trained eyes that you might be holding a one-in-a-million masterpiece. Collectors adore this combination. No Mintmark plus grey layer plus fine condition, because it's a trifecta of rarity, beauty, and mystery that money simply can't replicate. Over the decades, coin hunters across the United States have searched through jars, collections, and bankrolls to find just one of these enigmatic 1968 no Mintmark pennies with that rare grey layer. They're rarely found in the wild. Most have vanished into private hands, locked away in collections, protected like family heirlooms. When one surfaces, the coin community lights up like wildfire. Forums buzz. Auctions surge. Collectors go head-to-head, knowing full well they are fighting for a piece of American numismatic legend. And here's the incredible part: every year, the demand keeps increasing. It's not just nostalgia, it's rarity economics. The supply is frozen in time, but the hunger for unique historical pieces keeps growing. That's why experts say these coins are now among the most sought-after Lincoln Memorial eras and variations ever documented. And now, let's talk about what this little coin is truly worth. Collectors who've followed this story know the stakes are high, and the latest auction results have left even experts speechless. Because a 1968 Lincoln Memorial penny, no Mintmark, with that rare grey layer surface in fine condition, has recently been recorded selling for a staggering $82,000. Yes, $82,000. For a coin that once jingled in someone's pocket, forgotten among change, now reborn as a treasure beyond imagination. This isn't hype, it's real. The value of this coin is climbing faster than ever before, and experts predict that as time passes, these rare grey layer pieces could double or even triple in worth. So if you find one in your change or spot that mysterious grey tone in your collection, don't hesitate. You might be holding not just a coin, but a piece of American legacy worth a fortune. If you're searching for this gem, here's what to remember. Look for the grey layered surface, not shiny red, not dark brown, but that distinct muted grey tone. Use good lighting, because the difference is subtle but unmistakable. And most importantly, no Mintmark under the date. That's your golden, or rather grey, ticket. Always get your find verified by a professional grading, because one expert certification can turn a coin from an interesting curiosity into a certified treasure that collectors will chase for decades. Keep your coins safe, untouched, and dry, and never clean them. That grey tone is part of its magic, part of what makes it so powerfully valuable. The 1968 no Mintmark Lincoln Memorial penny, with its haunting grey layer, is proof that even time can't dull true worth. It stands as a silent reminder that beauty isn't always bright. Sometimes it's mysterious, quiet, and cloaked in grey. So the next time you pick up a penny and see that faded, ghostly shimmer, don't dismiss it. It might just be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Because right now, somewhere in America, another collector is still searching for the next one. And maybe, just maybe, the next $82,000 treasure is sitting unnoticed in a drawer, waiting for you to recognize it. Stay with us, because the next coin on this list will make your jaw drop even further. You're watching Rare Coin News USA, where every day we uncover new secrets, new treasures, and new chances to turn your pocket change into pure history. Coin number 3, Lincoln Memorial Penny 1 cent, 1987, D Mintmark, dirty look, fine condition. Sometimes, the most valuable things in life don't shine. Sometimes they hide their power beneath the dust of time. What if I told you that an old, dirty-looking penny, one you would probably ignore at the bottom of your pocket, could secretly be worth enough to change your life forever? Welcome back to Rare Coin News USA, the only channel that uncovers the hidden treasures sleeping in plain sight across America. And right now, we're about to uncover one of the most unbelievable and underestimated coins in the United States. History: the 1987 Lincoln Memorial Penny with the D Mintmark, a coin that carries a mystery under its dull surface and a story that's leaving even veteran collectors speechless. A look back in time. The birth of a modern mystery. The year was 1987. America was glowing with energy. Computers were rising, Wall Street was booming, and the Lincoln penny continued to be one of the most common symbols of American everyday life. At the Denver Mint, millions of these pennies were struck, all carrying the D Mintmark, representing Denver, a mint known for precision, consistency, and strength. But among those billions, a tiny handful of coins were struck with something extraordinary, a unique surface composition flaw and toning reaction that gave them a dirty or darkened look, almost as if they had been aged by history itself. These weren't damaged coins. They weren't fakes. They were accidental masterpieces, born from a combination of minting conditions, heat, air exposure, and chemical interaction with the coin's copper plating that left behind an unmistakable mark of mystery. And that dirty look, that weathered tone, became the visual signature of one of the rarest and most desirable 1980s Lincoln pennies ever minted. When you examine this coin closely, you'll notice how the surface looks dark, shadowy, almost smoky. But under proper light, there's a subtle, reddish copper undertone fighting to break free beneath the surface, a haunting beauty hidden inside a rugged shell. The D Mintmark on this coin is clean, bold, and unmistakable, proudly marking its Denver origin. Lincoln's face is strong, slightly softened by years of circulation, but the character lines remain intact. And that's what collectors crave: authenticity, not perfection. The reverse still carries the Lincoln Memorial, crafted in all its architectural glory. But what truly mesmerizes experts is how the coin's dark tone gives the memorial a ghost-like appearance, as if history itself has cloaked it in mystery. This dirty look isn't damage, it's identity. It's what transforms an ordinary coin into a legendary one. Rarity and collector demand, the hidden treasure of the 1980s. Now here's where the story turns wild. Most people never look twice at a 1987 penny. They see it as modern, common, unremarkable. But in the collector's world, that's exactly what makes this specific variety so rare. Because while millions were minted, only a microscopic percentage developed that unique dark toning and retained their features in fine condition. The rest lost to circulation, damaged, melted, or simply overlooked. Collectors who know about this coin chase it relentlessly. Every few years, one appears at an auction, and it sets off a frenzy. Coin experts call it the Denver Shadow because of its distinct tone and rarity. It is the kind of coin that gets phone calls buzzing between collectors, private dealers, and investors across the United States. And with every passing year, as fewer and fewer are found in collectible condition, its value climbs like wildfire. The truth? The 1987 with D dirty look Lincoln penny is now one of the most demanded coins of the late 20th century. Suspenseful market value reveal, the treasure within. Now let's talk about what this small, dark coin is really worth. It might not shine like gold. It might look worn, even tired. But don't let that fool you, because this unassuming penny has stunned the coin market again and again. A verified 1987 with D Lincoln Memorial penny with that signature dark surface and preserved in fine condition has recently sold for a breathtaking $89,000. Yes, $89,000 for a coin that millions have held, but almost no one truly saw. And experts say this is only the beginning. With the collector community expanding and social media fueling coin hunting fever, prices for rare 1980s pennies like this one are rising faster than ever. Each day that passes, the 1987 with D dirty look penny becomes more like a lost relic, a piece of history that's vanishing from circulation and climbing in value like a rocket. This isn't a fantasy. This is real, numismatic gold in the form of copper, the kind of find that can rewrite your story overnight. Tips for collectors: how to spot this hidden gem. If you're serious about finding this treasure, pay close attention. Start by checking every 1987 penny with a D Mintmark. Use soft, indirect light. Look for that unusual dirty gray or smoky brown tone that sets it apart. Avoid cleaning it. Cleaning removes its magic and its value. The dirty look 1987 D penny becomes an authenticated rarity, a prized collectible that serious buyers are always waiting to grab. And keep in mind, many people overlook this coin because of its worn appearance. That's where your knowledge becomes your advantage. Because while others throw it away, you will recognize the hidden king disguised as a commoner. The 1987 with D Lincoln Memorial penny is living proof that true worth often hides beneath the surface. Its rough dark tone is not a flaw. It's a badge of authenticity, a fingerprint of history. So the next time you pick up a dirty penny, don't be so quick to dismiss it. Because within that dull copper could lie a story, a mystery, and a fortune. Here at Rare Coin News USA, we uncover these secrets every single day, bringing you the truth behind America's hidden treasures, one coin at a time. And trust me, the next coin we're about to reveal will push the limits of what you thought possible. Because if you thought $89,000 was shocking, wait till you see what's coming next. Coin number 4, Lincoln Memorial penny 1 cent, 1963. No Mintmark, very fine condition. Before you rush past another handful of coins, ask yourself this: how many stories have you unknowingly held in your palm? Because every penny has a past, but only a few hold power, the kind of power that turns time, history, and a simple coin into something priceless. And tonight, on Rare Coin News USA, we travel back to the year 1963, an unforgettable moment in American history, to uncover the secret of a humble copper coin that hides behind its quiet, unmarked face, a coin that collectors now whisper about like a legend. This is the 1963 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, a coin so simple, so ordinary in appearance, and yet its story will send chills down your spine. America stood on the edge of change. The nation was alive with progress, yet about to be shaken by tragedy. It was the last full year before the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, and in that charged atmosphere, the Lincoln penny symbolized stability, a reminder of a leader who had once preserved the Union against all odds. At the Philadelphia Mint, millions of 1963 pennies were struck carrying no Mintmark, as was the city's tradition. They were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, the classic bronze blend that gave these coins their deep red-brown glow. But amid those millions, a few emerged with something extraordinary: perfect strike alignment, deep sharp lettering, and ultra-clear design precision that made them stand out even before time began to touch them. These select pieces, when preserved, became jewels in the numismatic crown, and in today's collector market, the best of these 1963 no-Mintmark pennies have transformed into small, shining treasures worth more than most could ever imagine. Masterpiece. When you examine this coin up close, you realize it's not just a piece of metal. It's a piece of art. On the obverse, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln is sharp, lifelike, and serene. His gaze carries history, wisdom, struggle, victory. The word liberty stands proud beside him, struck deeply and cleanly with no doubling or weakness. The date 1963 gleams like a timestamp, frozen in perfection. Flip the coin, and there it is, the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Every column stands tall, every shadow carved by light. Look closely, and within the memorial you can actually see a tiny, delicate image of the seated Lincoln statue, a hidden detail that still amazes collectors today. And when this coin has survived the decades in very fine condition, it becomes something truly rare, a physical time capsule from a world that existed over 60 years ago, still whispering stories through its metallic skin. Its edges are smooth yet strong. Its surface carries a gentle patina, a warm brown tone that glows softly, not dull. It's the look of age, not wear the mark of a coin that has lived, yet endured. The 1963 Lincoln penny without Mintmark is technically a Philadelphia issue, but due to changes in die production that year, a very limited number of examples were struck with exceptional precision, and an even smaller number have survived in such fine detail today. Collectors across the United States are waking up to this discovery. What used to be overlooked as just another penny has now become a must-have piece of early 1960s Americana. And with copper prices rising, vintage coinage gaining massive traction online, and new collectors flooding into the market, demand for pristine, early memorial pennies has skyrocketed. Auction houses have seen a surge of bids for these 1963 specimens, especially those without a Mintmark and in preserved, very fine condition, because it's not just about owning a coin. It's about holding a moment in history, a tangible link to an era that shaped the world we live in. Current, market value, the treasure revealed, and now comes the moment that takes even the most seasoned collectors by surprise. A 1963 Lincoln Memorial penny, no Mintmark, preserved in very fine condition, recently shocked the numismatic community when it sold for an astounding $71,000. Yes, $71,000 for a coin that once passed through American hands as nothing more than change. Think about that. A penny that once had the power to buy a piece of candy now carries the power to buy a piece of history. Experts confirm this value isn't inflated. It's real and growing. The demand curve is steep, and as older collections dissolve and new investors flood the coin market, the value of this specific 1963 penny continues to rise year after year. Don't underestimate this coin. What you think is small today could turn out to be a treasure tomorrow. Tips for collectors: how to spot and preserve this gem. If you want to hunt this treasure, pay attention to details. Look for a 1963 penny without any Mintmark That's your first clue it came from Philadelphia. Next, check the sharpness of Lincoln's face, the clarity of the word liberty, and the structure of the Lincoln Memorial. Coins in very fine condition will still show clear lettering and well-defined features without deep scratches or heavy wear. Never polish or clean it. You will destroy decades of natural patina, which collectors value deeply. Instead, store it safely in a non-PVC coin flip or capsule. And if you find one, get it graded immediately. A certification from PCGS or NGC can elevate its value dramatically, transforming your find from a collectible into an investment-grade artifact. The 1963 no Mintmark Lincoln Memorial penny isn't just rare, it's poetic. It's a quiet reminder that time turns the ordinary into extraordinary. That even the smallest coin, if preserved, respected, and understood, can become a national treasure. A story worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. So don't ignore the pennies of the past. Don't rush past history. Because right now, somewhere in America, one forgotten 1963 penny could be waiting, sitting quietly in a drawer, carrying $71,000 secret. You're watching Rare Coin News USA, where every day we bring you the newest discoveries, the most shocking treasures, and the truth about America's rarest coins. And if you thought this story was incredible, wait until you see what's coming next. Because our final coin, coin number 5, will leave you absolutely speechless. Coin number 5, Lincoln Memorial, penny 1 cent, 1987 gray layer, fine condition, rare coin. There's a moment every collector dreams of, the moment your heart skips a beat, when you realize what you've just found isn't ordinary. It's destiny. Because sometimes the rarest treasures don't shine at first glance. Sometimes the real beauty hides under a layer of mystery, and that's exactly what makes them legendary. And as we reach the end of today's list on Rare Coin News USA, we reveal a coin that has stunned experts, shocked collectors, and created waves across the entire numismatic world. The 1987 Lincoln Memorial penny with the gray layer, a fine condition specimen that has become one of the most astonishing and rare copper treasures ever seen in modern United States. History. History, the coin born in the shadows of the modern era. The year was 1987, a time of growth, technology, and transition. The U.S. Mint had fully shifted from solid bronze pennies to copper-plated zinc compositions, a cost-saving change that quietly altered the soul of the American cent. While billions of coins rolled off the presses, the Denver and Philadelphia mints worked at unimaginable speeds, striking pennies for a growing economy. But then, in the middle of this mass production, something strange happened. A rare chemical anomaly, combined with environmental exposure and the zinc-copper fusion process, created a grayish surface reaction on a very limited number of coins. To the untrained eye, it looked like an ordinary, worn penny. But to those who know the signs, this gray layer was not damage. It was a fingerprint, a marker of rarity, a symbol that this coin had survived the elements, time, and minting mysteries and emerged as something completely unique. This is not a coin you can simply find. It's a coin that finds you if you're lucky enough to look close enough. Unique features, the gray-layered miracle. At first glance, this penny seems simple, muted, even tired. But under a microscope, the gray layer reveals something magical, a soft, metallic sheen that almost looks like it is breathing under the light. The obverse still bears the proud face of Abraham Lincoln, his features softened by time, but glowing faintly beneath the gray tone. The word liberty stands tall, sharp, and readable, even after decades of handling, and the date 1987 stands clear crisp, and perfect. No Mintmark means this coin was born in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American currency itself. Flip it, and the Lincoln Memorial rises like a monument frozen in fog, the columns shadowed, the base darkened by the same mysterious gray coating. This is where the beauty lies. It doesn't shine like new copper. It glows like history. It's not flashy, it's timeless. And that's why collectors are obsessed with it. Rarity and demand. The quiet storm in coin collecting. In the world of coin collecting, there's a saying, true rarity hides behind familiarity. And nothing fits that better than this 1987 grey layer penny. Most collectors have held hundreds of 1987 cents in their lifetime, but only a fraction ever come across one like this. It's the combination that drives the obsession. Grey layer surface, fine preservation, unmistakable authenticity. These coins are so limited that experts estimate fewer than a few dozen may still exist in collectible condition today. And every year, as new collectors enter the market, the hunt intensifies. People scroll through coin jars, bank rolls, and estate collections, chasing that one grey-toned beauty that could redefine their entire collection. It's the kind of chase that turns ordinary people into treasure hunters. And for those lucky enough to find one, it's nothing short of life-changing. Current market value, the moment of truth. And now, here's where reality turns into shock. A genuine 1987 Lincoln Memorial penny with the rare grey layer, verified and preserved in fine condition, recently sold for an eye-opening $83,000. Yes, $83,000 for a coin that most people would dismiss as worn, dirty, or unremarkable. But in truth, it's a hidden treasure of immense value. Collectors call it the grey ghost because it vanishes as quickly as it appears. When one surfaces, the bids rise instantly, the crowd holds its breath, and the hammer falls to numbers that leave people speechless. And here's the shocking truth. This value isn't staying still. The price is climbing. Every year, every sale, every discovery drives the market higher. Experts warn that within the next few years, this penny could cross the $100,000 mark and beyond. Don't dismiss it. Don't underestimate it. Because when a penny holds history in its skin, it becomes more than currency. It becomes a legacy. Tips for collectors. Your chance to find the grey legend. If you are serious about coin hunting, here is your roadmap to discovery. Start by checking every 1987 penny you come across. Hold it under natural light and look for that distinct grayish or silvery surface tone instead of the usual copper shine. Avoid coins that look scrubbed or polished. The natural patina is the treasure. And remember, authentic grey layer coins will never lose that soft metallic hue. Once you suspect you have found one, get it graded because certification is the difference between curiosity and fortune. Even in fine condition, a verified grey layer 1987 penny is a crown jewel in any modern collection. And who knows, the next time you empty your wallet or check your coin jar, you might just uncover an $83,000 piece of American history hiding in plain sight. The 1987 grey layer Lincoln Memorial penny is proof that the extraordinary often hides in the ordinary, that behind every dull surface there might be a story worth a lifetime, and that sometimes all it takes is a single glance to turn a cent into a treasure chest of dreams. So keep looking, keep believing, because as we've seen in this entire list, the next life-changing discovery could be sitting quietly in your hands, waiting for someone who dares to see beyond the obvious. And that, my friends, was our journey through the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Lincoln Memorial pennies hiding in today's market. each coin a legend. Each story is a treasure. These aren't just coins. They're living proof that American history still whispers through the smallest pieces of metal we carry every day. So before you spend that next penny, look twice, because that simple coin might just be worth a fortune. If you love this video, don't just hit like, smash it. Subscribe to Rare Coin News USA and turn on the bell, because we're bringing you fresh updates every single day, uncovering hidden gems, record-breaking auctions, and coins that can make history in your own hands. And remember, the next rare penny story we drop might just be your story.